Alright, this is just a short little video for the Bronco 2 folks and the first Gen Ranger folks about getting these 3-core aluminum Chinese radiators installed. It was really straightforward install. I actually used all the factory mounts. Didn't really have to modify that at all. If you want these fittings to work with your probably pre-85 or at least early first gen, you can get adapters for those, but I just didn't do that, and I went with an aftermarket and about 3 times the size as the old transmission cooler. Some fresh lines and stuff like that. It wasn't too big a deal. This isn't really necessary, but I had this on here just because it works a little better than these, which don't work at all, and my gauges don't work. So this is a solution for that, which made it easy. Just got a section of hose with kind of a pretty hefty little bend in it, but it's stiff. It ain't gonna go nowhere. Junction, and then this is the factory hose just cut. Down below, the factory hose worked just fine. I need to replace it, but I couldn't get one in stock, so that will get replaced. But factory hose down there, it's factory, goes that just fine. This goes just fine. This sits right in. Now for the shroud, so the shroud actually didn't really fit all too well. Down below, I drilled a couple holes, like if it's opposite sides, like a couple of holes here and a hole here, kind of on the bottom, with a zip tie that went through these little sections right here, these little vent holes, so to speak. And what that did is allowed it kind of give a little wiggle room. Then you have enough space here, you can just lift these up. I'm going to put a washer here when I get a chance, but yeah, this thing's not going anywhere. It doesn't budge like at all. And I'm going to put a little spacer in there to keep it from falling down just in case. So even with this 3-core radiator in, which is probably about maybe a full inch wider than the factory one, I have no clearance issues whatsoever, and just dropped right in. So hopefully this little video will help out anybody else wanting to do one of these 3-core upgrades. Pretty straightforward. Also, don't use the caps these come with. It was like a 19 psi cap. You don't want that, because you want this actually to expand and go into this tank, because if not, bubbling and cavitation happens, and these really crummy V6s just go, so don't do that. Go with a standard factory 13, and the thermostat I'm using in this is a standard 180. I think the factory one's a 196 thermostat, which I think is too warm. And of course this thing was all crusty and disgusting, and I had to drill these out to get them out, and so I just replaced those, new bolts and everything, new seals. This is actually an RC Cola box. I just put blue silicone on either side, but that's been like that for months and holding together just fine. I'm trying to think of anything else to cover, but I think that about sums it up. Running, going down the interstate, this thing runs about 196 plus or minus, and sitting there at idle, correction, about 160 going down the interstate, and then it went up to about 190. 196 was the highest I think I've seen it get with this new radiator, and that's after coming directly off the interstate parking, and then it pretty much creeped back down, just sitting there idling. And it may be a little different for EFI applications, but as far as this carburetor goes, I haven't seen it get above 200 degrees with this, and it runs very happy, and I don't have to worry about that crummy factory puppy dog mess anymore. So just got that thing out of here. So hopefully this video helps somebody out. If not, well, I'm sorry. If it does, great. Take care. Love you. Bye.